Wild boars, beasts that not only devastate crops and tear through fields under the cover of night but also attack livestock and pose a danger to humans when cornered. In the untamed wilderness, wild boars have become a genuine threat, leaving farmers unable to work in peace. To control their numbers and safeguard the community, hunting expeditions must be launched immediately. Today, join us on a thrilling journey to hunt wild boars across different seasons of the year. The chase begins here. Let's kick off the hunt in autumn, a time when the forests don a vibrant golden cloak, but also when wild boars turn fiercer than ever. They ravage farmlands, uproot plants in search of food before winter, leaving behind churned soil and stripped vegetation. Fully equipped, we venture into the golden-leafed forest, where every step could lead to an encounter with our prey. We move silently through the rustling layer of dry leaves underfoot. Suddenly, the sounds of digging and rummaging echoed ahead. A herd of wild boars was busily tearing through the damp soil in search of food. I quickly closed in, taking a strategic ambush position, then raised my rifle, aiming straight at the largest boar in the group. The moment the shot rang out, the targeted beast jolted and collapsed. The herd scattered in panic, setting off a thrilling chase through the autumn forest. Not letting the beasts scatter, I swiftly pursued the fleeing herd. A massive wild boar lagged behind. I raised my rifle, steadied my breath, and fired. The bullet streaked through the air, striking the prey's body. It collapsed, thrashing briefly before lying still on the grass. A decisive shot. Another trophy claimed in the prime hunting season. Moving toward the forest's edge, a dark shape suddenly loomed closer, charging straight at me. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, locked onto the target, and fired. The gunshot rang out sharply through the autumn forest, the bullet flying through. The dark figure collapsed, completely subdued. Another wild boar taken down cleanly, marking the end of an unexpected ambush. As time passed, winter arrived, the harshest season of the year. Yet, it's precisely now that the tracks of wild boars stand out clearly against the snow, distinct hoofprints and half-gnawed branches. Join us as we embark on a hunt in the frigid winter, fully equipped and ready for the challenge. On the snow-covered hillside, a herd of wild boars was busily rooting through the snow for food in the hushed landscape. I swiftly took an advantageous position, aiming at the largest one in the group. The gunshot rang out, sharp and crisp. The targeted boar collapsed instantly. The herd, in a panic, scattered, trampling a wide swath of pristine snow as they fled. Venturing deeper into the desolate hills, I spotted a shadowy figure rummaging behind barren, dry bushes. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, locked onto the target, and fired. The shot echoed through the icy forest. The beast, struck by the bullet, convulsed sharply before collapsing, lying motionless amid the frost-covered dry grass. Moving to the hill's edge, I spotted a boar scrambling up the slope in a desperate bid to escape. Not letting it get far, I swiftly raised my rifle, took careful aim, and fired. The bullet shot forward in an instant, striking the wild boar's body. It froze, then slid down the slope. My precise shot ended the beast's escape attempt in the nick of time. Concluding this hunting expedition, we overcame formidable challenges and achieved feats beyond expectation. Precise ambushes and decisive trigger pulls helped curb the destruction caused by wild boars across the American landscape. All activities were conducted in permitted areas, strictly adhering to legal regulations. If you're thrilled by adventures like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to join us on our next hunts.
Before dawn, my experienced companion, Etienne, and I arrived at the gathering point. They moved last night, he said, and the tracks are still fresh. They don't mind the cold, but the north wind today will slow them down. We went deep into the forest downwind so that they could not detect our scent. Wild boars here usually travel in small herds, 3 to 5, sometimes accompanied by a very intelligent and cunning leader. Cold air, a wild boar appeared. We focused on shooting. Perhaps because the wild boar ran fast and the weather was extreme, we had to shoot several times. We continued along the gentle slope where the thick undergrowth provided the perfect habitat for the pigs during the day. I could feel the tension in my every step. The cold wind blew against my face, and the smell of rotting wood and damp earth made my mind strangely clear. Etienne suddenly raised his hand and pointed to the trees ahead. I focused my eyes and saw a large male wild boar. It was about 50 meters away from us, close, but not close enough to guarantee a fatal shot. The dogs had done their job of chasing the boar, forcing it to charge towards our ambush. Without hesitation, I raised my gun, held my breath, and pulled the trigger. The shot rang out in the cold air, and the boar fell. Half an hour after we killed the boar, we heard the sound of hurried footsteps. Etienne whispered, "There are a lot of boars coming." The words made my heart pound, not just from the exercise, but from the adrenaline rush. There was one too. Countless black shadows flashed between the trees. Without thinking, we gripped our guns tightly, aimed at the right spot, and pulled the trigger. The sound of an explosion pierced the still air. A few wild boars fell down. The rest ran away in panic. But we did not chase them, because the thick snow would easily tire us out. So we continued to search for other wild boar colonies. We moved to the south of the forest, where the trees were thinner and visibility was better. The dogs were still on duty to chase away wild boars that ran towards us. And when the prey was within sight, we took it down immediately. To make the shot more accurate, we needed to aim precisely at the head and chest of the wild boar. Thanks to that, we can kill the wild boar as quickly as possible without causing pain. cold weather and thick snow did not deter us. The dogs, despite the cold, still chased the wild boar quickly. Perhaps the excitement made them forget the harsh weather. That hunt made me realize that the French winter forest is not like the romantic pictures show. It is harsh, cold, and requires serious preparation. Every step can lead to danger. Every shot carries risk. We didn't let anything from that wild boar go to waste. The meat was shared with local families. The skin was processed into souvenirs. The bones were made into hunting knives. Everything had a purpose. Everything had value. Our winter hunting trip is over. Please like and subscribe to our channel to follow more of our journeys.
Wild boars reproduce uncontrollably, devastate crops, and pose a serious threat to the local ecosystem. Faced with that reality, our hunting team was forced to deploy the most effective strategy: airborne pursuit by helicopter. Every flight is a battle, where speed, tactics, and reflexes must be pushed to the limit. There's no room for hesitation in this war. Once a target is locked, it must be taken down. Dawn breaks faintly over the horizon as we lift off. The helicopter gently vibrates as it carries us into the sky. Only a few minutes into the flight, we spot our first target. A herd of large, fat boars are charging ahead at breakneck speed. They zigzag constantly, but their hoof prints in the sand betray them, revealing every movement. No matter how many times they change direction, my rifle doesn't waver. Wherever they go, our helicopter follows close behind. One by one, the boars fall under a continuous rain of gunfire. Just as planned, not a single target is missed. As we advance into the grasslands and denser forests, the chopper continually adjusts its altitude with flexibility, giving us a clear vantage point. The moment I spot a herd of boars below, I steady my grip and unleash a rapid burst of gunfire. Though the helicopter sways slightly, we maintain our calm and precise aim. Most of the wild boars drop, though a few clever ones manage to escape in time. My God, they just keep coming. We fired countless rounds just to bring them down. It's hard to imagine the destruction this field would face if we didn't take them out. The number of boars on the field is overwhelming, forcing us to circle back several times to finish the job thoroughly. The withered corn rows after harvest blend into the dark color of the boars, making them hard to spot at a glance. The roar of the helicopter alerts them to danger, and they bolt at full speed. We use every second to lock on, take aim, and fire quickly. Not a single one escapes. Open terrain and sparse forest like this make it easier to pinpoint the boar's exact location. However, they no longer move in herds. They've scattered in all directions, reacting instantly to the roar of the helicopter above. A tense showdown unfolds. With precise, relentless shots, the boars are taken down one after another, quickly and efficiently. This hunt is not just a test of stamina, but a battle of wits, patience, and the ability to make split-second decisions. Dense forests are considered safe zones by the boars, places to hide and escape danger. So, we circle around, deliberately pushing them toward the forest's edge, then swiftly give chase. Let's see where they think they can run now. Before our icy muzzles, the wild boars are swiftly eliminated. Speeds up to 50 kilometers h and incredible agility, wild boars aren't easy target. The helicopter gives us the edge in visibility, but it still has to constantly adjust course to keep up with their zigzagging route. But this time, the hunting team triumphed. Even darting like black arrows, the boars couldn't escape our deadly shots. Skill, experience, and decisive action helped us complete the mission flawlessly. Energizes us too. In just a few short minutes, an unknown number of wild boars are taken down in a rapid-fire sequence of shots. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.
We split into two groups. One group ambushed near the edge of forest. The other group moved slowly deeper inside, using bait to lure the herd out. The first noise came from the left. A huge herd suddenly rushed out from the bushes. They were less than 5 meters away from me. I immediately got into position, adjusted my scope, and in the dark, I quietly opened fire, taking down each target. But this was just the beginning. The sound of gunfire caused the herd of wild boars to become agitated. From all 4 directions, we heard growling and rapid footsteps. At this time, the long-range sniper tactic came into play. Each accurate shot took down an enemy, but the bullets were not unlimited, and the number of wild boars was still too large. Night is the right time for wild boars to be active. They appear more and more. Taking advantage of the darkness, they sneak through the gaps in the fence to break into the farm. With their wild instincts, they constantly dig and turn over layers of soil. Recognizing the intrusion, we immediately deployed a combat plan. With a hiding position, the whole team quickly took action, taking down each target, temporarily stopping the damage. However, to protect the farm, stronger measures are needed. If we continue to confront them head-on, we will soon be exhausted, and the wild boars are becoming more and more cunning. Therefore, the plan needs to be changed. This time, instead of lurking in the dark, we decided to use bait, a type of grain with an attractive scent, attracting the pigs to a certain location. As expected, the scent quickly spread in the air. Each wild boar smelled the food, crawled over one by one, and devoured it without realizing that they had fallen into a trap. Everything was carefully calculated. We waited patiently, seizing the perfect opportunity. When the right moment came, a series of accurate bullets rang out, and each target was taken down one by one. A battle without chasing, but the effect was beyond expectation. With the support of the silencer system, each shot rang out quietly, without causing any alarm. The other wild boars were still busy looking for the bait, completely unaware of the life and death battle that was taking place right before their eyes. Any target that entered the grain-covered area was quickly taken down. No more tense pursuits, no more exhausting captures. This time, they themselves had walked into the trap. Wild boars appeared everywhere. Monsters weighing no less than 150 kilograms were clearly visible through the scope. They were too engrossed in their search, losing their vigilance. And that was the opportunity to act. Gently, quickly, decisively, a series of accurate bullets rang out silently, and in an instant, 3 giant wild boars fell one after another. A decisive blow, perfect to the last second. Adjusting the aim, about 50 meters away, another herd of wild boars had just appeared. Black shadows moved in the darkness, but that couldn't trouble us. Without hesitation, I fixed my aim on the largest boar in the herd, the powerful leader. A slow breath. Pull the trigger. The shot rang out. The leader of the wild boar herd collapsed. Immediately, the herd fell into a state of panic, running away in panic towards the deep forest. At least for a while, they would not dare to come near this area again. The final battle ended. In total, 30 wild boars were taken down, an impressive number, but also a warning about their uncontrolled proliferation. Do you feel excited about this hunting trip? Leave your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to watch more dramatic hunts.